Hello everybody and welcome to Week in Tech. As we had promised and we have failed to deliver on our promise, we were planning to get Dato' Zam from TM here as our host to talk about HSBB. But although Ahmad Azhar, who's the head of program, right? For
Program Director.
Program Director for the HSBB program is not Dato' Zam, but you all will agree with me that he's better looking, and on TV that's what counts the most. So anyway, with that, before we get to Ahmad Azhar, who's graciously agreed to spend some time with us, we will just do the normal routine, which is I'll just share with you the cover story for the coming week of Net Value. And again, it's on our innovation year that was launched 2 weeks ago now, on 27th of January. This time what we did was we got some comments from one MNC CEO and one local entrepreneur who's in the content space, just to get their view for what they think the innovation year should be. Because if you go to the innovation website, which is Malaysia Innovative TIF.gov, there are no clear benchmarks, or targets set for the year. And the old management adage that if you don't measure something, it's not going to get done. So that comes to mind. So it's a bit worrisome. And Najib's speech that night also didn't give any clear targets of what they hope to achieve. So there's just too much wriggle room. So we spoke to a couple of CEOs who really, Pang Liang Hiu, who's the head of BT's research center in Malaysia, feels that although the broad goals are good, you really need to drill down and get some definition going. And he also said that mindset change is huge, not just among the rakyat, but among the leadership, and and this mindset change includes, inculcating true meritocracy across the board, because it raises the bar for everybody. And then we've also got an entrepreneur speaking, and this is somebody who's been a contributor to Net Value before, and this is Lau Hui Siong, who runs his own content and gaming company. And Lau was saying that one of the things we need to do is make sure that we don't go for big bang programs, but try to do innovation in small bite-sized chunks, because then you get more meaningful progress. The article is really interesting, so look forward to it coming week's issue of Net Value. And with that out of the way, we'll move to the main, focus of the show today, which is Ahmad Azhar. I'll call you Azhar, right? Is that okay?
That's fine.
Great, excellent. Okay, I guess let's get straight to it and just share with us the latest with HSBP. Of course, we've seen the billboards, in a couple of places also.
Yeah. Well, as everybody knows, we have made our announcement as well to the press, to the media. HSBP project itself is currently in progress, on schedule. There's a lot of development that has happened. I think to the public, probably you have seen signs of them, particularly in many housing areas in Klang Valley. You will see a lot of work effort that's been carried out by our contractors as well as our staff. For example, you will see some of the distribution points that we have put in housing areas up the poles.
These distribution points are on the poles itself now?
We have two methods. One is aerial, basically. The distribution point will be located at the poles.
Okay.
In some areas, some housing areas, the condition is that every cabling is going to be done underground. So in those areas, the underground structures is also established, but the structure actually is erected above ground. It's probably a size of a box of probably a foot and a half.
Just coming out
square
a foot
box,
and a half off the ground. Okay.
Off the ground, yeah. And this is also the same distribution point, but the cables is coming out underground, yeah. And then it gets pulled to the respective homes, yeah. Those basically are physical activities that people see on the ground. In addition to that, I think there's a lot of progress in terms of we have actually conducted some trials on the ground. Beginning mid-November last year, we have some 123.
23, yeah? Why that interesting number, 123?
It just so happens that this trial is only conducted in the 4 exchange areas that we are planning to launch, which is Taman Tun, Subang Jaya, Bangsa, and Shah Alam. Yeah. And these areas, that's about the number of TM staff that we have. Yeah, that basically resides in this area. There are more, but this is the initial batch that we are doing. So we have done that to basically test the network, test the service, and all those things. So that's currently ongoing. And in fact, as we speak right now, we are adding more trialists into that group. Yeah. So that 123 earlier numbers is actually growing very fast now. And in fact, we have also added some external non-TM staff trialists into this trial.
Loyal customers? Or
that's right.
Okay.
Loyal customers, people who have been with us for some time. And then there's one way of TM rewarding to our customers, actually giving them the early taste of what high-speed broadband is like.
Is you even going to include some bloggers also? That's quite...
Yeah, that is something that we would like to get as many people to try it out at this point in time. Again, this is still a trial.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so
there'll be kinks and, you know...
Yeah, that's right. The whole idea of the trial is to identify what the issues are and to be able to basically address them, so that when we actually launch the service to the market, the service is robust enough and good enough for people to use. Yeah. Okay. In addition to that, we have also announced the other wholesale offering that we have, which is basically the high-speed broadband access offering. This high-speed broadband access offering is basically, truly, if I would like to describe the whole open access concept, is actually this. This is when other service providers, value-added service providers, can actually ask for service, running their service over our network to the same customer. Yeah. And we have published the indicative terms and conditions on the 21st of January last month. We have that ITC is available on our website. It's still available. People can download it now.
That's what 50 ringgit per customer or something, right? I was told.
That is the port price. Yeah,
the price. Okay.
The price for each port. Yeah.
Okay.
And also,
so each port can have more than one customer using the port, right? Or for HSBB, one port per customer.
Oh, what happened is this: the device at the customer where the network ends actually have 4 ports.
Oh, the customer end. Okay.
At the customer, there are 4 ports. So basically, there are 4 service providers can deliver service per customer.
Okay.
So we do believe that typically a customer will not subscribe to more than 2 or 3. Typically, if there are more, we can add more. But right now, the plan is that we can have 4 per household, per customer.
Okay. So, like, you know, if I want to use Redtone's IPTV, you know, Great Wall channel, right? So that I can use one port.
That's
for
right.
That, right?
So Redtone will be subscribing on a wholesale basis to TM to deliver their content to that customer, to you.
But actually, they don't have to subscribe to wholesale service, right? I mean, as long as the customer has broadband, I'm just surfing the net, and if I decide to buy from them, it's just, you know, IP packets coming over the internet, right? So
that is something we don't dictate. That is something the service provider themselves, how they want to deliver their service to the end customer. So if their service require certain quality standards to deliver their content to the end customer, so they have to define it to us, and under the wholesale offering, we will configure and we will design and dimension the configuration for their customers to the service provider, so that they are able to deliver the content. For example, if they say the streaming requires high definition, requires a certain class of service, they will define it to us, and we will tailor that particular configuration for them.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is basically.
If they want to, and if they don't want to, they just want to rely on the open internet. Then so be it. Also, right?
It's their customer.
Yeah,
it is their customer for their service.
It's their customers' experience using their product.
That's right. That's right. I would like to bring back to the ITC. Because we sign out the ITC, we are giving all the service providers, particularly the industry players, a week to basically review the ITC and provide feedback to us.
A week, you know, they're going to say it's not enough. 1 week, you know, just the local government plans that 2 weeks. Nobody says it's ever enough.
Well, actually, they have more than a week.
Oh, okay.
What happens that week, that 1 week was actually the following week after we have published it.
Okay.
We called them for sort of like a briefing. That happened last Friday, actually.
Okay. Oh, okay.
On Friday afternoon, that happened. We had quite a, I would say, good turnout. Over 130 people from the industry turn up. Even some of the industry captains, not the CEOs, but you know the CFOs, the CEO actually turn up, which was very encouraging. Okay. So we basically shared the ITC, and we actually shared the pricing list and things like that. So far, we hope that the industry will be able to digest this, and we'll be engaging with them one at a time to make sure that they understand and they really know. What the service is all about, so that when they configure their own services to deliver to their customers, they know what it takes to do it.
They know what it takes. Yeah. What were the initial feedback from? Were they thumping tables and saying it's too expensive and you're not being fair, or this taxpayers' money involved?
I would leave it to them to say that. But the reaction in that meeting last week, I would say that there was none of that. But there was some I guess education and some misunderstanding, because what we have done is we have made the whole pricing framework to be very, very detailed and not rigid.
Okay.